Hello everyone, today I'm here to do a mashup review. So if you don't know what a mashup review is, at least on my channel, I don't know if it varies with other channels, but it is a video where I take 3 books, usually within the same genre or similar genres, and review them all in one video. So I don't want to make a video for each one of these books because I don't feel like I have enough to say for its own separate review video. So I thought, let's just throw them all in one, so that way it's easy, it's fast, you get to know my opinions on 3 different books with going into a little bit of depth but not too much, and also being all spoiler free. So today I'm doing a YA contemporary mashup review, and today I will be talking about Love, Life, and the List by Casey West, Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills, and Far From the Tree by Robin Benway. As always, I will leave timestamps down in the description, so if you're interested in one particular book review, you can go to that particular time to watch the book review, or if you're interested in all 3 of them, you can just continue watching this video. So, like I said, they're gonna be spoiler free, relatively short, and let's get into this video talking about my feelings on all 3 of these books. The first book I want to talk about is Love, Life, and the List by Casey West. This is Casey West's newest book, and it is my favorite Casey West book. If you don't know, Casey West is a very popular contemporary YA writer, and she's one of my favorite contemporary authors, and I have done a whole video on her talking about every single one of her books, ranking them from my least favorite to my favorite to my previous favorite of Casey West books used to be P.S. I Like You, until I read this one. I loved this book so much. This book is about a girl named Abby, and Abby is a painter, like an artist, and she desires to be in this gallery at the museum that she's working in because she really wants to get into this winter program in this really prestigious art school. In order to do so, to get like an extra boost up in entering her application for this art school, it's really good to show your work in a gallery and also for it to be sold. So when she goes to her museum director, her boss, to enter her paintings in, he tells her that she does not have enough life experience, enough heart to really be into this show. And she gets a second chance, and she decides to make this thing called the Heart List, like 10 different things to do for her to do within a month, and it's supposed to help her, you know, get life experience, hopefully to give her more heart, and just to really energize herself into painting and a little painting more into depth. With that, she also has a best friend, Cooper. Her and Cooper have been best friends forever. She actually professed her love for Cooper a year previously, and Cooper was like, really? And she played it off as a joke because she didn't want to lose him as a friend. This summer, it's her and Cooper alone. Her other 2 best friends are gone away for the summer, so it's just her and Cooper alone, and she's having to deal with her feelings and her feeling in love with him and him not reciprocating those feelings. So this book has a lot going on with it. We have a lot of painting, we have a lot of art, and we have a lot of love, and it's just overall adorable. Abby was a great main character. You really cared for her. She was compassionate, she was fun, she was a great friend, a great daughter. I really enjoyed her. I also really enjoyed that her mom dealt with anxiety. Abby's dad was away in Afghanistan during this, and her mom would not leave the house because she would have anxiety. So her family talks about it a lot and they deal with it, and I liked how they showed that. I also really loved Cooper. Cooper and Abby had a great friendship. I definitely saw sparks. It wasn't like the most swoon-worthy romance I've ever read, honestly, but I still really enjoyed this. Overall, if you're looking for just a really cute, fluffy contemporary book, this is a great book for you. Any Casey West book, honestly, will be a great, cute, fluffy contemporary book because that's exactly what she writes, but this is my new favorite. I flew through it. I had a smile on my face the entire time I read the book. I just loved it. So I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Like, it's so adorable. Like, I want to reread it again because it was just so, all the heart emojis, you know, with the heart eyes. I really enjoyed it. The next book I want to talk about is Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills. This is all about a girl named Claudia who goes to the school that she really doesn't really enjoy a ton. And she goes to this party one day in her school, and she overhears this really popular couple break up. Like, she's stuck in the bathroom and she's hearing them have a fight in the room adjoining to them, and they break up. And long story short, she gets involved in the Midsummer Night's Dream production with her and her neighboring school, which is an all-boys school, and it's mainly about that, like this big play that's going on, also her making new friends, also having a love interest, and that's basically the gist of this book. This is a very, very short book, only 300 pages. You can read this in a day, honestly. It flies through like that. I wouldn't say I was disappointed with this book at all because there was no parts of it I was really like, this is horrible, but I've kept seeing 5-star reviews on this book constantly on Goodreads, and I did not feel that way after I read it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. while I really enjoyed it, it wasn't quite a full 5 out of 5 for me. I think more needed to happen. I think more depth needed to happen. It did have great character development. Also, the romance I felt was very, very lackluster. I felt no sparks, no chemistry, no fireworks with romance in this book. Like, when it happened, I was like, this is kind of weird. It took 300 pages to get to the romance, and they could have used with another 50 to 100 to kind of build upon it more, to like more elaborate, to make me more swoon worthy. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that feels that way, that I wasn't really loving the love interest. So yeah, I give this one a 4 out of 5. I'd say if you're really looking for a great like coming of age story, also learning new friendships, kind of expanding your horizons book, this is a perfect book for you. I would kind of almost compare it to The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. While it's not as like gripping and kind of intense as that book is, it's got kind of the same nodes of kind of like coming into your own type of story, if you get what I'm saying. So a 4 out of 5. Definitely not a horrible book. I really enjoyed it. I just kind of wanted a little bit more from it. And the last book I want to talk about is Far from the Tree by Robin Benway. Oh guys, this book. So this book starts off with a character named Grace. She's the only child who was adopted at birth, and now she is 16 and she has just given birth to her newborn daughter, and she decides to give her daughter up for adoption. Within that, after she does that, she's feeling very, very wounded, very, you know, just a lot of emotions coming to play with all that, with giving birth, with giving up your baby for adoption. She decides to look into her biological mother. And within that biological mother search, she learns that she has 2 biological siblings that she had no clue about. So we enter in these 2 other characters as well. So we also have Maya. So Grace learns that Maya is her younger biological sister. All 3 of these characters share a mother. And Maya is also adopted as well as a sister within her family as well. That's actually a biological child. She was adopted into this family. We also have Joaquin. Joaquin is still in the foster system. He is the only one out of these 3 that was not adopted. He's been floating around to foster homes for a while, and he's ended up in a really, really good one at these couples named Mark and Linda House, who want to adopt him, but he's feeling very, very unsure about that adoption. Basically, this book is about all 3 of these siblings meeting, learning that they all share the same mother, and just developing a relationship from there. This book was beautiful, honestly. This book's not going to make you swoon or make you have tons of romance feelings. This book is going to make you cry from the sheer heartwarming feelings it has from family. I just adored it. There are so many things about this book that hit really close to home for me. Adoption, number 1. My brother-in-law adopted 3 siblings aging from the range of 8 to like 12 from the Ukraine a few years ago, who are my nieces and nephew. And I can't imagine life without them. Like, I love them so, so much. They have molded into my family, and they are my family now. So I love adoption at its core. It's such an amazing thing. Also, with the foster care system, I have several friends who are foster care parents who love their kids that they are fostering, and it's just a very beautiful thing. It's been compared to the show This Is Us. While I do see it as This Is Us, I see this book more comparable to Parenthood, because we have a family that's kind of from adoption, things like that, and I feel like that's exactly what Parenthood is. It's a mix of a family, and it's just beautiful, and oh, I love it. So if you love the show Parenthood, you will love this book, trust you me. So basically all this book is about is family, learning these 3 siblings, how different they are. They all have faults as well. One of these siblings is like amazing, because they all have different problematic things about them. Maya's a little bit hot-headed, and she's very, very much in her adolescent stage because she's the youngest of them. She's 15. A lot of the time she was talking and saying things, and I was like, you need to grow up. And I'm like, she's 15. Joaquin has had a lot happen to him within the foster care system that you feel for him so, so much, but you also want to like shake him and be like, this is going to be a good thing for you. You need to do this. And Grace has suffered through a lot. She got pregnant. She gave her baby up for adoption, and she's having very, very mixed feelings about this, and also trying to find her biological mother. And we also have the parents into this. So we have the adoptive parents who are really struggling with the fact that their kids want to find their actual biological mother. So it's just so many things are happening in this book. I'm talking way too long about it. Either way, I love this book. I gave it a 5 out of 5. I'd say if you just want a good, heartwarming, and heart-wrenching book about family, to pick this one up. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on all 3 of these books. Clearly you can see my favorite was Far From the Tree, but honestly, all of these range from 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed every single one of these books, each for different reasons, and yeah, if you've read any of these, please let me know which was your favorite. Tell me why. I love to hear your thoughts and opinions. If you enjoyed this Mashup review, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.